words. Shit happens. Shit happens. Oh, that was fun. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Reverend Guitar Circle at Ranch, home of technical difficulties. How's everybody doing today? Oh, Jeff, how you doing today?
I'm good.
Little gals at home? I understand that maybe Reeves is watching. I feel really good about having all these technical problems while
can you check your
RG's
loud?
on there. Yeah, see? Jeez Louise, are you kidding me?
You're good.
Am I good?
Seems like it.
How's that? Man, oh man. See what happens when Penny's not here?
Well, you know, you're hectic.
I'm hectic.
Yeah.
I'm getting the blame for this, for being hectic.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'll take that. I'll totally take that.
Cool. Thank you.
Man, so yeah, this is it's hectic here as we go into the holiday season, isn't it, bud?
Yeah, and something's still up with your mic, so why don't we just swap?
Why don't we just swap?
That loud
Is
might
this-
be near the end of its life.
Is this a Tim thing?
Oh, what fun.
It is definitely on.
Yeah.
Hello. Good Lord. It's been a day. We're having a day.
Nobody cares about hearing
Nobody
me.
cares. Okay, so this is the Reeves Gabrels Space Hawk, and we're shipping a bunch of them now, and a lot of our dealers have a bunch of back orders on this, so I thought I'd talk about it really quick. I believe this one is going to Chicago Music Exchange this afternoon. This, of course, we've talked about the Space Hawk on here many times before. This was a guitar that Mr. Naylor and Mr. Reeves put together. But that pedal boards are really just screwing up today.
Having a time.
They're having a time. So the timeline with Reeves, of course, was the original RG1 guitar, which I have a beautiful RG sus behind me that is also going to Chicago Music Exchange today. And the first RG guitar suited him fine for a few years, and then he got the gig with The Cure, and he wanted something that he could cover some more of the Cure catalog with things that went on there before him, while also incorporating his own sounds. At this point, we were also developing the Reeves Gabrels signature Railhammer pickups. The original Space Hawks have an Alnico Grande in the bridge and a Hyper Vintage in the neck, and Reeves expressed the wish for just a little bit more out of that Alnico Grande, and the Reeves signature pickups were developed, and they come standard in almost all of his models. And then the Space Hawk is cool. It's a semi-hollow which is encapsulated, so there is no Reverend Cat's Eye F-hole on this bad boy, but they are very, very lightweight. We, of course, dial in the Bigsby action here at Reverend so that you can be aggressive with it, and it stays in tune just fine. Reeves came to us with the Bigsby on the development of this guitar and had his springs from what I believe was the clutch of a Triumph motorcycle. And we took those springs and matched the size and tensile strength. Fancy words, Jeff. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I don't even understand it.
And we put them on all of, now we put them on all of the Reverend Bigsby equipped guitars, and that was inspired by Mr. Gabrels. So Reeves, if you're watching, thank you, and appreciate that. And then the Space Hawk has been one of our most successful signature models, and also it is one of the most unique guitars in the line. I mean, obviously it has, you can draw a straight line to this from our Sensei. And then after the development of the Space Hawk came the dirt bike, and here is the dirt bike in classic Schwinn blue, Reeves blue as we call it here at the shop. This is mine. This is one of the prototypes of this model, and I love dirt bikes, by the way. If you look at my dumb Instagram page, there's a lot of dirt bike pictures on there because I've pretty much kept one of every color, although I did sell my green one to a collector who really wanted it bad. And I regret doing that, which is ridiculous, frankly, as coming from a guy who's kept a lot of reverence over the last 25 years.
Amongst many other things.
Yes, indeed. The dirt bike's fun because it shows off, it highlights that Reeves bridge pickup in brushed nickel, which is cool and exclusive for Reeves and the Railhammer line. The brushed nickel cover looks killer on the dirt bike, of course. The dirt bike came about as Reeves was looking for, when he referred to it when explaining sort of the concept to us, is he just wanted that guitar that he could have sitting next to the door in a gig bag ready to go when he was living in Nashville, and take it down and just have a little rock machine. In time, he was plugging one of these into a little Fuchs amp and playing with his buddy Tim at, what's that place at Five Corners? Jeff, do you remember? In Nashville? Five Spot. Yeah, I said it right there. I got there just by saying Five Corners. Yeah,
the answer was in the question.
And yeah, right. The answer was in the question. And this has also gone through. We've done this in a bunch of Schwinn colors and have circled back to offering it in the classic blue. And so these are sort of like, these are the classic Reeves Gabrels colors. In the RG1, the orange flame maple and that sort of tabby cat black. He calls his number one the tabby, which is really cool. It's got a beautiful, beautiful flame top on the satin. Looks killer, not unlike kitty cat.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we've settled back on sort of the classic colors on his models, and I thought it's fun to see these next to each other because you can sort of, this is our Sensei body shape, and you can see how the Sensei body shape inspired the Space Hawk, and then you can see how the Space Hawk inspired the dirt bike, all of which I think is really, really cool, which leads us to the most recent addition in the Reeves Gabrels series of guitars here at Reverend, the Dirt Bike Royale. And Reeves was looking for something with sort of a classic look on our body, which is why these are Mojitone hot quiet coil bridge pickup and quiet coil neck pickup. I think that's what they call them. Hot quiet 90, or boy, you think I'd
something along those lines.
You think I'd notice? I'd know.
You
all
mash
that
those
stuff.
words up in Google, and you're gonna find.
Yeah,
it.
right. Absolutely. Yeah. These pickups sound killer. Surprisingly, they do not sound unlike Reeves's signature pickup to me. I think that Reeves's signature bridge pickup throws a lot of mids. This pickup throws a lot of mids. Being the single set of pull pieces, it is naturally taking a small slice of the magnetic field that's being created by the string. And so you get that nice compression on the bottom end in a really, really fat sounding guitar. And this wraparound tailpiece gives this guitar quite a bit of a different feel than the regular dirt bike. Maybe we should be calling that blue one the Dirt Bike Classic now.
Oh.
Don't hate it. Hell. Yeah, boy, it's just, guitar names are flying around here this morning, by the way. That's where we were at before. And we are offering this in this cool feline gray, which is a nod to the Cure's Love Cats. And of course, the Reeves Hot Rod Red over there also as on the wall. And these guitars, I just got some beautiful pictures of Reeves playing the red one with the Cure, I believe from Birmingham, from somewhere in England this week. And if you guys are following the Cure social, there's a lot of beautiful pictures of Reeves and his reverends all over the Cure social. Not to mention some performance clips and such. It's been a while since the Cure's been on the road, and they're killing it. They just sound terrific as usual. We're looking forward to them coming to the States, hopefully soon. And if you have more questions about the Reeves guitars, if he's watching, ask him. Reeves will answer. That's one of the things that we love about him. I miss him. It's been a minute. And of course, the second chair is always open for you, Mr. Gabrels. We'd love to have you here at any time. And which brings me to the most asked Cure question of the year, of course. So with the big shows, with the big concert events, arena concert events where there's the crowd control things up front or whatever, often the press will get photo passes, and I arrange photo passes for photographers for Reverend often to go up into that area and take pictures. And when that happens on the first 3 songs. And then you got to go because the people there, security and the band people, they have work to do, and they don't need to be tripping over photographers the whole entire time. So you have 3 songs to get your shot, and then you're out. Right at the opening of the show, Reeves is playing a custom Reverend known as the Bass 6 gun, which is a super cool guitar. So if you're Cure fans and you're watching this, you'll know that has Robert has an amazing collection of vintage Fenders, and I mean like custom color Jazz Masters and Bass 6s, and custom color is black, of course, which was a custom color for Fender then. And they are the coolest. That black Jazz Masters, that's a cool ass guitar. I think he's got a 63 or a 62 or something, probably one of each. I've seen pictures of him. And he also has two beautiful vintage Bass 6s in black. And I believe he gave one of those to Reeves to use, because there's a couple songs in the set where Reeves has to play Bass 6 to fill out the other guy's, to fill out the second guitar part, basically. And I don't know if there's songs where they're both playing Bass 6s or not. I don't know. But all of that being said, there's a couple of different tunings going on there between two of the songs that Reeves is using, at least on the last tour. I don't know if this is still true, but he has the Bass 6 gun that we made for him set up to E flat, and then the vintage Bass 6 set up in E, so that he can cover both of those songs. Or it's the other way around, and I apologize, Reeves, for not having that detail correct. But that being said, the Bass 6 gun, the Reverend, has been, the song that's used on has been at the top of the set for all of the shows that they've done this fall. And so there are tons of pictures floating around of Reeves playing this guitar. And almost on the daily, Penny and I get questions about when we're going to start making that. So I want to address that sort of head on. Yes, our intention is to make a Reverend Bass 6, and we want to work with Reeves on doing that in order to have it be something that becomes a part of the Cure set, of course. So this is going to happen. It will likely take a different form than what Reeves is using, depending on where we go with this. RG is very, very busy right now, so we haven't really sat down with Mr. Naylor and Mr. Gabrels together to figure out what we're going to do here. So the Cure is going to have a little break in order for that to really happen effectively. One of it's not really a criticism because of physics. Can I give my physics speech, Jeff?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there's certain physics that are involved with electric guitars, and there's people on the inner Googles, as Greg likes to refer to it, often are very, very vocal in their opinions about things, and on the internet, of course. And a lot of the things that they say out there just full on defy physics. Like my all-time favorite, I had a SG that weighed 2 pounds and it didn't have any neck dive at all. No, you didn't.
Nope.
You didn't. That didn't happen. You know, you might have had
air guitar.
You might have had a strap that had natural leather on the bottom, and the natural leather strap didn't slide on your clothes and held the neck up on that 2-pound guitar. But a guitar that's that light is going to have neck dive because of physics. Can't fight physics. One of the things that's going on with Reeves's Bass 6 gun, it has a Wilkinson VS50 style trem. And when you have a 2-point fulcrum trem on a guitar that is tuned down an octave, basically, the trem on that guitar is very, very responsive. So not like a sort of a Jazzmaster type trem where a little bit of wiggle gets you just a very, very subtle flutter to the strings. On Reeves's Bass 6 gun, boy, you touch that bar and that, whoa, that thing goes out of tune immediately. So he has to be very, very subtle if he's going to use the bar on that guitar. And one of the stopping points of, I just lay it all out here, the stopping points of the discussion of taking that exact model into production has been whether or not people would understand that about that guitar, and if we should incorporate a different style of trem, what style of trem should that be? I personally feel that there's some issues with Jazzmaster's style trems that we've sort of surpassed with technology on guitars right now. However, I understand how popular they are, and so I'm not the one that's going to make that decision. So you can ask me a million questions about it now, and I'm just going to sit here and be like, this is a thing that's going to get hatched out between Reeves and Naylor. So eventually we will be doing something along the lines of a bass 6-gun. We refer to Reeves's exact guitar as the bass 6-gun, but I do not know if it will have the specifications of the one that Reeves is using with the Cure. I think personally that we can do better. And so there you have it. There is the bass 6-gun thing. So for gosh sakes, everybody, give poor Penny on our social media a break about that guitar. But we're going to do something, RG. When you have time, talk to us, and we'll get it in the queue for sure. Jeff no longer has a microphone because of all the technical difficulties that we had here this morning.
I don't know. I think I'm going, baby.
You got the other one. You got the backup worked out. Okay,
No, I took yours and just went with it.
And it works when you have it, but not when I have it.
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to speak.
Well, fire up, folks. Does anybody have any questions for me while I'm sitting here that don't have to do with me playing? Apparently,
Reeves is in chat, and he
RG.
Yeah, he mentioned that him and Robert are both using bass 6 on songs together.
That's awesome.
And Alone is the new Cure song. It starts the current tour set, and he does play the Reverend prototype bass 6. So
I can't wait to see this show in person.
yes,
Penny and I had the privilege of going to London 6 years ago this week and seeing the Cure perform at Wembley. And you know how Facebook throws up all those memories and stuff. I got a bunch of Facebook memory photos of that trip and felt nostalgic for 6 years ago, for crying out loud, which I guess a lot of people feel nostalgic for things before 2020.
yes,
for sure. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the band again, because it's been forever. Yeah.
So anyways, you want to answer some questions?
I'd love to answer some questions. Fire away. If
right.
Reeves isn't already answering them.
So Doink Brady has got a question. He says he adjusted the neck pickup on his amazing Space Hawk.
Oh, nice.
And now he doesn't know where he wants it. What is a typical or standard distance of the neck pickup from the strings?
That's a tough one. If you look at the owner's manual on the Reverend website, Joe lays out some suggested pickup heights for the different pickups that we use in production, including the rail hammers, and that's always a good starting point. But I'd like to be clear that there's no wrong answer to this. If you want the pickups to balance perfectly when you're playing with clean tones and such, those guidelines in the owner's manual will get you to that point, at least pretty close. But really, personal preference is the answer to this. I personally like the neck pickups a little further away from the strings than we suggest for my own guitars. But I usually only use the neck pickups for like strummy stuff where I don't want them that close to the strings, and I want them to have a cleaner signal, you know. But that's just me. I don't do a lot of lead stuff on the neck pick. And some guys, you know, the lead neck pickup is their tone, in which case they're going to want to adjust the pickup differently. So, but what's in the owner's manual was a good jump-off point, and so I would suggest going there. What else you got for me, Jeffrey?
Scott is a big Sensei player.
Nice.
And he is interested in the 2-pickup version of the dirt bike with a trem, similar to a Sensei. Now, I think, you know, he might be looking more for like a humbucker version of that, not so much the dirt bike Royale.
Yeah, my friend, so. This, I mean, the differentiating thing between the two guitars, of course, is that dirt bike Royale with the wraparound bridge, sort of is one of the things that makes the punch and the attack happen on this guitar and differentiates this guitar from the regular, or the dirt bike classic, as I will now forever refer to it, apparently, in my mind. And so at the moment, this is your option for a Sensei body shape with a trem on it, because that's what the man prefers. Apologies. No problems with grabbing a Vibramate and dropping a Bigsby on a Sensei RA. I have done it many times, and there are some Senseis out there with factory Bigsbys. We did a Sensei with Revtrons that had a Bigsby on it. I have no problems with the Vibratune thing and the guitar staying in tune. Um, but this guitar rips. I mean, it's very, very versatile with the bass contour control. You can get a lot of different sounds out of this. So this is also a great option for looking for this scale length and this body shape with the trem. Rock on.
Boom.
Boom.
So Gabe is curious if there's any new colors on the way for the RG Sus.
There are. There you go. No, yeah, we have a new color coming, and it is super cool, and it ties in with Reeves in a really super cool way, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with that when we announce that guitar, and you should be looking for it right around the time of the NAMM show in 2023. Indeed. As a matter of fact, since I know Reeves is watching, Reeves, I have your prototype. Just let me know where to send it, buddy.
Ooh.
It's ready to go.
So David has a question about how does the new Bass 6 gun differ sonically from the Fender 6?
I can't answer that question as of yet.
Yes.
Now, Reeves can probably answer. Reeves, I spent almost no time with that Bass 6 gun. I made sure that it stayed in tune and played around with it for maybe a day before we sent it to Reeves. We made that guitar back in 2012.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Before times for me.
Yeah, yeah. And I literally haven't had my hands on it in 10 years. So Reeves would be better in answering the question on how that guitar in particular differs from the vintage Fenders. But wherever we're going to take it, that we don't know yet. I don't know where, when we do this, like I said, our intention is to address this. When we do, I'm not sure where we're going to end up as far as bridge and pickups are concerned as of right now. So that's a hard question for me to answer, my friend.
Scott wants to know if there's any chance for a Reeves Royal Red version of the Dirt Bike Classic.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be. There's always a chance, but the original, the concept behind the original dirt bike was Schwinn colors, and like everybody digs the old Schwinns. We actually have a blue one hanging in our shop that is this exact color. And so we sort of went to those classic 50s Schwinn bicycle colors in making the gold, that really super cool. There's a gold to red burst ones out there. I have one. And I have a picture of the Schwinn bicycle that was modeled off of. And I mean, it nailed it. It's really fun. And then also that emerald green and that plum color. And like every color that we've done in this has been like one of those vintage Schwinn colors, with the blue being Reeves' favorite. So at the moment, we don't have any plans to do anything other than those with this. But again, I never say never. So, but at the moment, that's your red right there, baby, with the wraparound.
Reeves did mention that the Bass 6 from us does stay in tune like a monster. So
Excellent.
yes.
So see, there's something to take into consideration.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to Wilkinson versus whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that, and I'm pretty sure that that Bass 6 that he's playing has our Pinlock tuners on it, and I think that there was some drill press, there was some enlarging of the holes in the Pinlock tuners in order to fit those strings in it, and then it's fine. It functions fine. So, yeah, cool. That's cool. That's good to know.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'd love to play some more for you, but A, it's embarrassing to play in front of Reeves, especially his own guitars, because you know what I mean? They're his guitars. And all of that distortion and fuzz that I hide behind is apparently not going to work today. So
Gosh,
that, yeah, that board is dead for some reason. And so I'll have to get into that a little bit this afternoon. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, RG. That's super cool. We'll keep it short today and let you all go. This has been the December version of the Reeves Gabrels Friday morning show. And hopefully the next time we talk about all these Reeves guitars, we can weasel Reeves into the studio to talk about it with us. Up and coming events, just be careful out there as we roll into the holidays, everybody. I will be back next week. I have a bunch of exclusive guitars to talk about next week. We got a couple cool things going to Wildwood. a couple cool things going to the tone shop. We're gonna lay out all the exclusives for December and next week and show them all off. So dig it, everybody. You all have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you here next Friday. Reeves.